Oh boy, have I got a good replay for you guys today. We are back with some more beginning of the end times with a Skaven assault on an Empire city. And this city is pretty epic as well, you know, a three-story siege battle. You don't get to see that too often, especially with Warhammer. You know, obviously custom maps help, but the actual default Warhammer sieges are actually really lame. I'm definitely not a fan of them. And going back to stuff like this really just reminds me of how epic, you know, battles used to be. Siege battles used to be, especially with the Warhammer mod as well. You know, having all these rat men just appear, and I guess the Empire is still trying to understand what the hell these things are coming from under the ground. But it should be a really good battle. So what we'll do is we'll run through the army comps. I guess we'll start off with Skaven, and also if you actually notice on the battlefield, Skaven have deployed round the side of the Empire. So the Empire have actually got to reform up their entire army, which is very interesting. So we'll start off with the Skaven forces of Blue Lotus. We can see up here, here's some Ogres pushing up this siege tower, which are going to do a ton of damage when they make their way up to the walls, because they can just, you know, smash off soldiers off the walls themselves and just really cause some damage. Then we have some Plague Monks. They're going to be leading up the rest of the siege towers. And then we also have some Clan Rats pushing up, doing the butcher's work of just pushing up this battering ram to the gates, receiving all the missiles fire and receiving all of the archer fire as well. Then we have two poison wind mortars back here, going to be doing plenty of damage, along with some spear rats. And then finally back here we have some more clan rats, some Skaven assassins, and I believe obviously we have the elite bell right here, the screaming bell. Unfortunately, oh yeah, you do actually have a Gracier up here. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Indeed, that's very cool. We also have some warp lock rifles who are going to be doing lots of damage if they can get on them walls. The other part of the army being led by Doomshroom, we have some more of these mortars along with a warp lightning cannon as well, maybe trying to smash down some of the walls. We also have some more of the elite albino guard. These guys are like, I imagine, like Regiment of Renowned worthy. When we do finally get Skaven announced in Warhammer 2, I'm sure that'll be a Regiment of Renowned for them. We also have 2 units of a rifleman, along with the back line here of just elite storm vermin. There is a lot of storm vermin back here. And then finally, we have the siege towers being pushed up by some of these plague cross or sensor bearers. These guys are cool. Yeah, two-handed weapon holders, that's very cool, along with more of them right here. We also have some rat swarm actually pushing up this battering ram. That's going to be hilarious to see. And then finally, we also have some plague sense bearers right there. And we have another screaming bell, and then finally, yeah, some more of the same units. So that is going to be the rat men army. We'll take a look at the defenders of Middelheim, and we also have the Empire as well. So we have some great swords holding down this left flank. They're going to be supported by more of these crossbows and some more of these gunners as well, the handgunners. We continue to go down the line. We have more handgunners. I don't think the Empire realized that they were being attacked from there at all. Maybe they still have to form up. I'm not sure if they have time to form up, but I'll cut to the battle after I've done this anyway. We have some of Altdorf's Company of Honor. These guys look very cool, along with some more of the Empire halberds, as well as the Middelheim halberds as well. Oh, we have some bad boy Knights of the White Wolf, some heavy, super heavy cavalry with massive warhammers. They look absolutely amazing. Really cool right there. We then have some Empire swordsmen, along with some great swords, and then also some of these master engineers with their really long rifles. I imagine they can be very deadly. More handgunners. I imagine we'll see handgunners along here the entire time. Some huntsmen back there. Then as we go a little bit further back, we can see the second. Like, this is just really cool. I love the Medieval 2 maps where they have these layers of defense. You know, and I think Warhammer 2 could easily do something like this, but just still keep their same system of one wall. You know, just have 3 walls, but they're very straight. You know, I don't see why they couldn't do something like that. We have some more halberds there, along with a Empire mortar back there. And then for the final stand, we have a steam tank, some of these griffins, a bunch of these warrior priests of Sigmar, and then some great swords. So the Empire don't really have the best, you know, best set of units ready for them to set up. I believe they are currently forming up right now. So what I'll do is I will cut the battle to when they are ready to end their turn and the battle to start. Okay guys, so the battle has begun. The Skaven have pushed up their siege towers up to the first layer. However, the Empire have almost abandoned the front walls and have decided just to go ahead and defend their second layer of walls and the last layer of walls, so which could definitely pay out for them. There's no point really defending this huge outer wall to begin with if they don't have the men to do so, and that's exactly what they're betting on. They're falling back to the second and third layers of defense, and maybe that will prove worthy of them. However, all these people, all these poor people who are currently situated in the towns, I feel extremely sorry for them, because they are going to be getting slaughtered as the Skaven and the Ratmen just run through the towns, burning at will. We do have some swordsmen of Ulrich, which look to be kind of giving up almost. They were planning on holding the outer wall, biding as much time for the inner defenses as possible, but they've just decided to straight up get the hell out of there, which is fair enough indeed. The siege towers are at the walls now on this far right side. I'll try and keep the map as zoomed in as possible so you guys can get a good idea of what is going on. Are any units going to be defending? I think the Empire are going to try and maybe defend this gate a little bit using the burning oil to their advantage if the Ratmen try and push anything through here, because they do have quite a few units there. Oh, this part of the wall as well is going down as more of the Plague Monks come running down, and they're going to get a good charge off. If these Empire swordsmen don't turn around, they're going to get charged right in the side and the back. And then if there's more men coming through the gate, yeah, the Empire swordsmen are not going to move, or they are finally going to move, but it's a little bit too late as the Plague Monks come flying through. And once this gate goes down, which is going to in, a couple more swings, 3 more swings, and then there's going to be a ton of more Plague Monks and Clan Rats coming right through that gate, hitting the Empire swordsmen, and they're going to have to retreat back very, very soon if they hope to withstand the assault. There we go, the gate has now gone down. And yeah, these Plague Monks are going to be running through. Luckily though, the burning oil is going to be doing quite a bit of damage to these guys, maybe killing 20 of them. I wouldn't be surprised if they are going to go through, so let's see how much the burning oil does actually do as it does come down. If it does it not come down? Oh wow, I was expecting burning oil to come down, then this is just a slaughter. These Empire swordsmen, these brave Empire swordsmen do not stand a chance right now at all. They're going to be overwhelmed by just the sheer numbers. I was just expecting burning oil to come down and give them a chance, but I guess maybe they're not close enough to the gate itself to help out. These swordsmen are taking the poisoned wind mortars right now. Luckily though, that's wasting a decent amount of ammunition from them, so not all bad. They're fighting on the walls as these crossbearers, or censer bearers, sorry, do try and get out. I'm not sure if they're glitching out, but it looks like they're struggling here to actually make their way off the siege towers. And same over here, they've managed to definitely do a better job. As that Empire swordsman just gets absolutely destroyed by the censer bearers, and more of the infantry are pushing up. Yeah, they're just getting overwhelmed on the wall, slaughtered. But these are just Empire swordsmen, whereas these guys are the Cult of Ulrich's swordsmen, so they're a bit more fanatical. But I think they're having a bit of an easier job as the walls are a little bit glitchy. Oh, there's some reinforcements. The unit of Ulrich's swordsmen, which were getting smashed by the poison wind mortars, have come up to the gate to try and reinforce these swordsmen. But I'm not sure if it's really worth it for these guys to be here. It maybe be different if the Empire had some missiles raining down on these guys. I guess they just don't want to give up the walls, easily. They want to try and stand their ground here as best they can, put up some sort of defense out here. Because if they did just let them have it, then they can kill a lot of Clan Rats and Plague Monks out here, and then that'll make them so that when the Ratmen do decide to push into the inner layers, they have to commit some more of their elite units. So destroying the weaker units out here, or at least doing as much damage to them as possible, is a smart idea. However, holy crap, look at the map right now. This is the definition of a Skaven horde. They are just all pushing forward. Storm Vermin, along with the rest of the infantry, they are just ready to push on. I'm actually going to turn up the sound a little bit, because I want a bit more of the marching sound in the background of these guys pushing up. I want to be able to hear the sheer numbers of them just shake the ground with their men. So the cool thing is here is they're going to try and smash down this gate, I would assume. Hopefully their mortars and stuff have ammunition left. But they're going to try and smash down this gate and then get their siege equipment into the city, because it would make much more sense to attack this second layer of fortress with siege equipment. It would give them such a better advantage, pushing, you know, siege towers all along this wall. It would just help them out a ton. There's also a war altar as well here to help buff the soldiers. I always love this in Medieval 2 as well. These kind of bastions right here, and like these places up here where the master engineers can really just look over the battlefield and unleash. It felt like a real castle, you know, with stuff like this. It's a shame that, you know, maybe more of this wasn't playable. You could actually get soldiers down to on this wall as well. But yeah, it just, you know, stuff like this where it was like the terrain was causing a huge issue, but I believe you could push up ladders up this path. It just kind of created a really epic looking fortress. It really, really did. And it was such a shame that they kind of went away from this going forward, you know, with even just for later Total Wars as well. It was a really, real big shame. The Empire Swordsmen have now been slaughtered here. None of them remain. They are all done. The Ratmen have been victorious on the outer wall. I think there's still a few units still fighting, as these guys have managed to get up here, but the Cult of Ulrich have done a great job at killing these guys, or at least silencing them. The Ratmen have no time for them whatsoever, and they're going to be running away. I'm not really sure where they're going, but I mean, even these Empire Swordsmen have done pretty decently, as the Reichsguard over Reichsland flag does go down right there. Where is Cole Franzen when you need him? Look at the rats! That looks hilarious. The rats actually on the siege equipment. That is so funny on the rat swarm. That really is hilarious. So cool. Let's go ahead and see. More of these gates. These walls haven't actually properly gone down yet. And I think that is exactly what the Ratmen are waiting for. Holy crap. Look at these rat ogres holding up this ladder. That is pretty brutal. When these guys get up on the wall, they're just going to be doing so much damage. Are the mortars finding their marks back here now? I imagine, yeah. The mortars are actually trying to maybe destroy this wall. I'm surprised that they're not trying to destroy just kind of clean this up and get into the fortress. But I guess they're not really in any rush right now. And for now, we'll go back and watch the battles over here as the Empire Swordsmen are just trying their best. I mean, this is more of like a delay tactic. Try and bide as much time as possible. If we take a look at the balance of power as more of a wall does go down, that's a warp lightning cannon. A really cool like particle effect going off there. If we look at the balance of power, we can see that it's hugely against the forces of the Empire right now. And actually, they're very much struggling. They've managed to lose 11% of their forces already, which is not a good sign, considering they haven't lost too many men to begin with. So that's pretty scary to think that the Skaven have only lost 6% and they have so much more men. These plague monks getting closer and closer. So now that the wall is down, I imagine... Whoa, it's not that wall. What part of the wall? It's this wall right here. I imagine... Oh, really? They're not going to commit soldiers here. That's very surprising. I thought we'd be seeing a lot of these siege towers being pushed through the gaps in the wall. But I guess I just want to maybe get as many men up on here as possible. And by the looks of it, they're also going to be using their mortars to actually make a breach in the wall. So I guess technically they don't actually need to have siege towers up here. It would definitely help them though, that is for sure. They do have to still get through the Altdorf Company of Honors though. So I imagine these are elite halberdiers. And for now, it is solely just a process of pushing these soldiers up. I'm actually going to triple speed it just until we get a little bit closer up in the battle itself. Wait until they've actually managed to push up these battering rams and stuff, and then we'll see more of the battle, because it's going to be quite a long portion of these soldiers just being pushed up. I believe the Empire are now retaliating with their own mortar. By the looks of it, they are starting to shoot a little bit. They do have two mortars lined up perfectly. Yeah, one of the Middelheim mortars is now shooting. And I imagine the Empire mortar will be retaliating very, very soon as well. Oh my god, look at the Skaven just pour into the city. This is revolting. The Cult of Ulrich over on this left-hand side, though, do still have 62 brave men up on this wall. They could maybe, you know, just trying to hide off a little bit. As this one has burning oil, I guess because they actually hold the fortress. That'll be why then. The rat swarms just pour into the city. As we will go back to normal speed as the battle does look like it's starting to start off over here. We have some routing men from the Empire, I guess, running back. Holy crap, what was that? Is that some Bright Wizards? Do we have some Bright Wizards here or what? What the hell was that? We must have some Bright Wizards. Oh yeah, we don't have Bright Wizards, we have Celestial Wizards. Holy crap, yeah. This is going to be a hard fight up here as mortars come flying in. This battle has just been toned up to the next gear, I can already tell. This is where the Empire want to hold them. And if the Skaven is smart, they should really go around, you know, push some siege towers up to the other side. Because these Celestial Wizards, you can just see the amount of damage they're doing. And as long as these halberdiers hold firm and stay true to themselves by holding their ground. And this is going to be very, very brutal for the forces of the Skaven trying to make their way up. You can already see the amount of damage these Celestial Wizards have done. All the crossbows are coming out now as well. So many of these Skaven are just getting slaughtered. These gunners are now volleying as well, I'm hoping. Maybe not actually. Maybe they're just a little bit out of range. They really do need to be shooting if they can. Does not look like they are though, but I don't think they need it. The Celestial Wizards are just opening up, going to town right now on the forces of the Skaven. They just stand no chance. That's just killing so many. I cannot wait already to see how many kills these Celestial Wizards will gain. Now, I don't know how much ammunition they have, so that could be a real big problem. If I was the Skaven, I'd be pushing all of my Poison Wind Mortars straight onto the Celestial Wizards right now, as we have more mortar shells coming in. Just look at that. The Skaven, man, are just getting slaughtered. I think they are doing some really smart stuff, though. They've noticed that, Blue Lotus has noticed that, you know, that this is just pretty much impassable at the moment. They're going to have to commit a ton of rats to do this. So whilst this is going on, they're going to commit a ton, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of ladders right around this far left flank and assault a much weaker position. I mean, the Empire have a few units only over here, you know, some of the Empire halberdiers, but nothing, you know, at all really that can withstand against this many ladders. If they get set up along this entire wall, they're going to be able to overwhelm the defenses and then get behind and kind of then, you know, make it easier for their soldiers to push up here. I'm surprised they're not still shooting this position right here. Oh, how did these bad boys manage to get up here? I mean, they're getting slaughtered, but these are actually some gunners right now dueling these guys. Oh, but this, I say that, you know, these Altdorf company of heroes are actually almost out of men. The gunners are going to be able to push in, and even when they are dead, the Skaven are going to be in a bit of a state. I guess they have a battering ram up here being pushed up by the rat swarm. They have the gunners as well. Are these gunners going to be focusing down the Celestial Wizards? I imagine that'll be their main first target. Yeah, I imagine they'll be getting shot at. Oh, there's actually... Where have the rest of the Celestial Wizards gone? They're retreating back? I guess they've noticed that their company of Altdorf honors are dead now, so there's no point leaving them around here just to die. So they are going to be bringing them back. Are these gunners going to be shooting? I really want to see some crossfire here, but maybe they're just being told to hold fire, or they just can't even shoot. That'd really, really suck if that was the case. Another mortar shot coming off onto the Plague Monks. And it's just going to be up to the gunners right now to hold and try and just slow these guys up as much as possible as the rest of the forces move around. You can see the mortar shells coming in as well, doing lots of damage to this war altar. How are the rats doing? I wonder if the Empire have noticed this yet. Because if the Empire need to get some men up on these walls, otherwise these spear rats and the rest of the like rat ogres are just going to really come up behind and get into the walls. And obviously that's not what you want to happen in a siege battle. You don't want your walls to be breached and having to defend on two fronts. Are they deciding to fall back once more? I think the Empire might be deciding to fall back to this kind of inner layer right here. Wow, that's very interesting. They have a lot of soldiers here, so they can definitely do it. They can definitely do it. Oh, we also have some Bright Wizards up here, so 2 sets of mages. Wow, that's going to be so crucial. And 2 siege tanks and the Griffins and the Warrior Priests of Sigmar. Even though the Empire are forsaking their people by just leaving them to the Ratmen, they've still got some huge hitters in the bank right now. But it does almost look like they are retreating back, almost abandoning this as some huge plague mortars come down and slaughter a bunch of these Empire halberds commanded by hairy hobbits. But look at the death. I mean, so many dead Skaven. Not that it really matters, because the Skaven have still only lost 28% of their forces, just because of the sheer amount of men they have. The battering ram is going to be making it up, led by the swarm rats. This one plague, always one sensor bearer is going to be just killing these routed units as well. The battering ram being pushed up. I think once this battering ram goes down, the Skaven will really be able to push in. But yeah, it does look like that the Empire are retreating a decent amount of their units, giving up the walls, and then just holding this little section right here, which could definitely come back to bite them, because if the Ratmen are smart enough to get their warp-lock rifles up on these walls, they can have perfect vision. You know, if the warp-lock rifles come up on these walls, they can have perfect vision of all these units and shoot straight. As well as that, they can use these walls to get soldiers into the front, into the last layer of defense, I believe. I think pretty sure they can run their units all the way around here and actually get into this last layer of defense, which is really cool. Oh, there's actually a fourth layer to this fortress as well. I didn't even notice. You can actually get through these gates right here. Wow, so if the Empire wanted to, they could even fall back to this final layer of defense, which is just absolutely crazy to think of. The White Wolves are back here, ready to lead the final charge as well. I'm excited to see what the Bright Wizards can do, though. I imagine this gate is going down very soon. The burning oil, though, is causing them a bit of a nuisance. I think they might have to try and clean out these routing handgunners first, before anything. And this wall still is not going down. More of the warp-lock rifles are up on the wall, but nothing being shot at. They have finally made their way to the wall with the ladders. The clam rats and the spear rats are going to be able to push these guys up. I mean, the main unit they want to get up here is that unit of rat ogres. If they can get that unit of rat ogres the other side of the wall, that is just going to be tearing through the Empire infantry. The gate going up? Oh, the gate's going up. The Empire are actually running out to buy themselves some time. I imagine they got took by surprise here, and these Empire halberds are coming out here just to try and slow up these guys doing it, making them drop the ladders. This is just a really smart move right here. And if they're continuing here with taking off guard, setting out this unit of halberds is going to slow up their entire assault and mean that the Ratmen have to, you know, kill this unit before they can push up. And it's going to give all the Empire forces, who again look like they're just straight up retreating, giving up the walls, leaving a bit of a small resistance. It gives their men some more time, which is, I guess, very, very key to their strategy. Their strategy does look like to kind of hold one wall, retreat back when the Skaven get there, hold the next one, then retreat back when the Skaven get there, whilst, you know, leaving a few units just to slow up their initial assault. I mean, I guess it is working as well, as they've killed 30% of the enemy force and only losing 24%. Granted, now these Rat Ogres are charging in. I don't really expect much more from the Skaven forces. I mean, from the Empire halberdiers here, because these Rat Ogres will just do so much damage. And I imagine we'll see, yeah, they're already eager and winded. I imagine we'll see their number dropping very, very quickly. Over on this other flank as well, we can see the exact same actually happening, which is very interesting. None of these crossbows, or some of these handgunners are shooting, but not enough of them. I think, yeah, you can see like 3 or 4 of them are actually shooting. Unfortunately, by the looks of it, they are glitching out a little bit. And these halberdiers are going to be running through. If I was the Empire right now, I'd be charging down these poison wind mortars. It might get us killed, but if we could kill, you know, the majority, you know, knock out one poison wind mortar, I imagine it'd be completely worth it. Because them mortars have definitely done a lot of damage already. Yeah, these handgunners are retreating back now. The Skaven have now pushed forward, but there is a nice set of cavalry right here. The Knights of the White Wolf are ready. As soon as the Skaven push in more units, I imagine we'll see these guys charging in. Or not. Are they going to retreat, or are they just reforming? I think they're just reforming right now. That's absolutely fine. So the Rat Ogres are now in. They're actually pushing up the ladders already, which is very interesting. These Rat Ogres should just come and smash these handgunners. There's an entire unit of handgunners just sitting here. One of them actually shooting. He's like, everyone else is like, shut up, dude. Why did you shoot? Now they know we're here. But I think the Rat Ogres are just in blind rage right now, making their way around here. I guess to help open up, you know, kill these dudes right there. Yeah, they're going to try and sandwich the Empire halberdiers with the Rat Swarm and with the Storm Vermin as well. Try and kill these guys, and then the majority of their forces, I guess, can make their way in. Yeah, you can see the Rat Ogres coming in the back. Now, I wonder, are they going to get burning oil poured on them or what? The Halberdiers must be losing a bunch of men here, being attacked in the back, trying to retreat. Yeah, there you go. The burning oil coming off, killing a lot of the rat swarm. Oh my god. That just slaughtered so many of them. Well, these Empire Halberdiers will be routing, so that, you know, they won't be receiving burning oil for too long. The clan rats actually coming down to actually, I imagine the white wolves did charge into these guys, killing quite a few of the clan rats, or the spear rats, I should say. They also lost quite a few horses as well, so they're just going to retreat back, wait for a better opportunity to come pouring into the city itself. And I imagine the rest of the Skaven over here can just have an easy job of it, just making their way into the fortress, especially now that these guys go down. Is there a way around here? Yeah, the nice thing is that the soldiers on this right flank right here with the ladders can push around this flank and then come up here and attack, whilst the majority of the force is fighting over here. They can kind of almost abandon that and attack this other side, which could be a very, very interesting move on their part. Also, something you should note as well, there's actually a unit of handgunners right here, or Knights of the White Wolves making their way round the side. I guess they're the ones who retreated. Also, what happened to that unit right there? I want to see what the unit... Yeah, this is a unit of Cult of Ulrich Swordsmen right now, who are currently just stationed right here. Maybe they're waiting for the perfect opportunity to push in. They must be. They must be. So the Skaven just have so many men left. They really, really do. Lots of storm vermin. If we zoom in a bit more, we can see their true numbers. They're just pouring through the second layer. The next wolves, oh my god, they are losing a lot of men to burning oil. Get your men in there, for God's sake. Take the walls. I think these guys are still initiating it. And it's just such a shame these guys aren't shooting. Unfortunately, I guess the line of sight is just really glitchy with the walls and the size of the soldiers. I had this issue when I was playing as my dwarfs for my dwarven campaign for Call of Warhammer. The walls were just too high so that my dwarfs couldn't shoot over. And I think that's obviously something that's you know, hard coded into the game, which is unfortunate. Did this warp lightning cannon actually get pushed up or what? The rat ogres are making their way up, and here we go. The assault on the last walls have now arrived, as we have a few of these Empire halberds being absolutely surrounded. They've got clan rats on one side and the storm vermin on the other. And they're definitely going to be struggling. Luckily, though, they have plenty of elite men, some more of the Altdorf Company of Honors, and some Empire Mortars, who I imagine are actually out of ammunition now. But as well as that, we have some of the Bright Wizards. Oh, God. Are these Bright Wizards going to get any shots off here or not? I want to see if they're in range of anyone. Because these Bright Wizards are going to be doing tons of damage if they can get some shots off, you know, through line of sight. We also have these Empire Crossbowmen raining down fire onto the enemy. I imagine that's going to be picking away a few of the Rat Ogres, maybe. That's what we're going to be focusing down. But because they're shooting up and over, it really doesn't do as much damage when they shoot just directly at the enemy. But it's only a matter of time until they can shoot directly at the enemy, you know, as the Skaven continue to make their way up here. Oh, more of a poison wind mortars are actually still around. That's very interesting. Also, are the Skaven are pushing ladders around here. This is extremely smart. If they can get some of these ladders up here, which they have quite a few of here, they have, you know, 5 or 6 sets of ladders. If they can get them around here, and again, I don't know if the Empire have seen this yet. I think the Empire might be too busy defending over there. If the Skaven can get up on these walls, oh my god, that's going to be really, really detrimental to the Empire defense. Oh, the Bright Wizards, though. And are we Celestial Wizards up here? The Celestial Wizards have a perfect overlook right now. I feel so sorry for the Ratmen. Oh, and we have the Bright Wizards as well. The Bright Wizards actually killing a ton of their own mortar crew, which might come back to bite them in the arse. It really might. However, the Skaven just are getting absolutely gangbanged from 2 sides against the missile fire from the magic of the mages. And that's something I really like about Warhammer, or beginning of the end times, is just how OP. I think the magic is just so OP in this mod that it is kind of more true to how magic is in the tabletop. Whereas Warhammer Total War has obviously had to balance their game to actually play as like a proper game. Whereas these modders have just been like, yeah, magic is fucking OP. And they've kind of just accepted it, because it is. Magic is OP in the Warhammer tabletop for sure. But of course it is. It's goddamn magic, so it's to be expected. Oh my god, these... Oh, this is actually pretty dangerous. These, a lot of these Bright Wizards are actually hitting their own artillery pieces right now. I think they need to change focus to go on something else. And yeah, the Skaven, nice. The Skaven being very, very sneaky. They've managed to get their clan rats up by the gates. But the main thing is they've managed to get these ladders up here. And getting these ladders up here will just allow them to pour so many men. And I don't think the Empire are watching. I guess they have no scouts on this east wall right now. Oh, they finally have noticed, I think. Yeah, they finally noticed, but they're only sending 44 halberdiers. They need to send some more infantry. I think maybe Middelheim haven't noticed. Oh, yeah, Middelheim's the only one who have noticed. And the Empire player is just oblivious to it right now. Maybe he's just initiated the assault right here. Oh, and he's actually kind of predicting this. That's nice. I like how Blue Lotus have done this. He's noticed that the Empire player, or the Middelheim player, has decided to charge out to stop his siege equipment to get into position. And because of that, he's stuck a unit right here, and he's allowing the ladders to actually get up on the walls. That's a pretty smart right there. How's the rest of these guys doing? It's a full-out scrap right now. The Rat Ogres are now joining the battle. And the Rat Ogres are really the units they need just to break through these lines and allow the Storm Vermin and the Clan Rats and the Spear Rats and the Rat Swarms then just to kind of come into the gaps which the Rat Ogres make. But if the Empire can keep the Rat Ogres at distance, keep them at a polearm's range, then maybe they can deal with them that way. They still have plenty of men to send, bringing up this second battering ram being led by some of the Clan Rats. I imagine we have plenty here. We have plenty more Storm Vermin, and there's still, half an army out here as well. Plenty more of these Poison Wind Mortars and these Wartlock Rifles. If they could get these Wartlock Rifles up here, they could get some really nice shots off onto the back of this line. There's already some Wartlock Rifles you can see being shot out right now, as the Bright Wizards have decided to fall back along with these gunners. Are these Siege Master Engineers actually shooting? Some of them are. I think quite a few of them are actually struggling, but a few of them are shooting, so they'll be racking up some kills into the side of the Skaven. I really want to see how the battle's going over here. Or Rat Ogres are being pushed up here to silence the advancement, because the Griffins actually come out as well. Very nice here by the Empire player. This is a great way to silence them. Sending out the Griffins along with the Great Swords. Yeah, they're sending out some elite forces. They do not want to get attacked from the side. And the Rat Ogres being pushed up here might not be the best idea, because I'm not sure how well the Rat Ogres will be able to deal with these Griffins, or if the Griffins will be able to just straight up take them down. I guess we will see, as the Rat Ogres are running in there. They're not getting a great charge off though, which is very unfortunate for them. They are going to be pushing up and hitting these Griffins now, and I guess if anyone's going to take these guys down, it's going to be these Rat Ogres, especially if they can surround this, this Griffin Rider right here and just hit him. I believe this is the Empire General as well. This could be the Empire General right here, because there's a man riding on them. The rest of the Griffins don't have that, so maybe they can cause a huge blow here if they continue to charge onto the Great Swords. We look at the balance of power. We can see that 50% of the Skaven are dead and 45% of the Empire are dead. So still very, very close numbers-wise. The Rat Ogres have managed to surround, get in. Oh, there we go. Exactly as I said, one of the Griffins is going down to the Rat Ogres. And that's going to hit them around the Empire pretty heavily, I would say. Some of the Rat Ogres actually making it round the back and making it through the lines. I think 5 of them have managed to break the lines of the Empire and are now hitting in their backs. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some routing units here, especially say like these Empire Mortar crew, who are just almost making up numbers more than anything. The Great Swords are going down, especially with the support of these Riflemen as well. Yeah, a few of these rifles are getting their shots off. It's very hard for them to really see, but a few of them are, and they are going to be doing some damage as more of the Albino Guard are actually pushing around this left flank, just slowly grinding these guys down. Ooh, a siege tank has been pushed out though. The Empire have dispatched one of their few siege tanks to defend this. It looks a really nice model as well. Whoever's kind of created these textures for these the Slam Priests and this have done a really good job. They've definitely got a nice way down to make the textures look really nice. So this is like the same style as the Slam Priests, and it does look very clean. The art style they've gone for here, it looks very, very nice. Is the steam tank going to shoot his cannons? Or can it shoot a cannon, I wonder? I imagine it will be able to. Are we going to see it shoot, or is stuff in range? Because I want to see this thing just absolutely demolish the Skaven. It's still going to reform, so we'll go check out and we'll come back and see the steam tank in a second. As I guess I was proven wrong. These Rat Ogres are being a huge influence on this left flank right now. They're completely cutting down a lot of the forces here. However, I feel like these Empire Swordsmen have done their job at delaying this assault. Because if the Skaven could have got ladders to the wall, then they would have been able to actually, you know, just get down on the courtyard of this final defense, and that would not have been good at all for the defending side, I should say. At the moment, though, the Great Swords are dueling the Rat Ogres, so I imagine the Rat Ogres will be taking some damage here, maybe not as much as they should be. Like, realistically, they need some gunners up here, maybe, alongside some... Maybe alongside some, like, Bright Wizards and some Celestial Wizards would be really good. So a few Rat Ogres are going down, though. So I imagine the missile fight is still helping. And we do have some really elite soldiers still left remaining as well. Please do remember that. You know, you may think, oh, the Skaven are really coming out on top here, but do remember there's still lots of gunners left for the Empire, and they have some of their most elite soldiers. You know, the warrior priests. They have the warriors of Ulrich as well. You know, these guys right here, they're going to be very deadly at dealing with the Skaven. These the Skaven have now just straight up pushed up, using them Rat Ogres just to force their way forward. And this steam tank, if not careful, is going to be getting surrounded very soon. Because by the looks of it, the Empire are just losing men left, right, and center. They're even having to push in some of these archers as well. These huntsmen who are just going to get slaughtered. What was that? What was that hit? I'm trying to look to see what died, but I'm not sure what died there. It sounded like a big explosion going off. These Bright Wizards at the gate, if they can get some good hits off onto the Skaven. Oh, there we go! The steam tank is getting ready to unleash. Wow, that was deadly. And that's actually going to cause a mass rout. Wow, that's actually going to break the entire Skaven line right now. Wow, that was so huge. That steam tank is really deadly. These gunners need to get set up, and so do these warpfire throwers as well. Need to get set up and just burn all of this. That steam tank, look at the damage it does. Holy crap. That is deadly, yeah. As I said, these riflemen need to get up here and start focusing down the tank. The Empire are actually going to be pushing down, killing off the last Rat Ogre. This Rat Ogre is not going to be long for this world. That is for sure. He's completely surrounded. He's still taking down as many Empire men as he can, but it's just really not going to be enough. I still cannot believe how much damage that steam tank did. They really need to try and silence that. More Rat Ogres. You know, if men die, just send in more Rat Ogres into the fray. They'll get the job done. But they are in a perfect range of that steam tank. And that steam tank could get a really good shot off onto these Rat Ogres. Like a really nice shot off if he can reload in time. How's the assault on this left flank going? I imagine, yeah, this left flank, these Rat Ogres have just done so much work on this left flank. They have really, really cleaned up. They've killed the enemy general. However, there's not a lot of men left, I would say. But there's actually some albino guard which have been dispatched over here. Wow. Once they deal with these guys, get the ladders to the wall, they're going to have to get some Rat Ogres inside the city. That's going to be deadly. The Celestial Wizards are now forming up here. As more of the Skaven come flying in, more Rat Ogres. I actually wonder how much ammunition the actual steam tank does have. Because if the steam tank has, you know, several more shots, that can just, you know, rout the exact amount of troops they need to hold this. Because you guys saw, we saw about 200 Skaven troops literally running from the battlefield. Balance of power is actually really even. The Skaven have managed to kind of catch up with the amount of men lost. Being almost a 60% on both sides. I'm really just staying... Oh, the Griffin, the only Griffin has come back here to try and help out. The albino guard are getting round the flank, and they're going to be able to slaughter the huntsman. The huntsman will not stand a chance. And the more of these guys can kind of surround the forces, the better. However, they have to be very careful, because these Bright Wizards, maybe one or two of them can get a shot off here. Especially the Celestial Wizards as well. Yeah, the Celestial Wizards are now shooting. And that's going to be very, very dangerous. I think maybe they just want to put some pressure up onto the Bright Wizards at the gate. Or even just surround here, because they've been stuck here for a while now. And if they can get out of here, it'll probably be for the better. The Empire have committed some of their White Wolves and their elite guard right here as well. Try and deal with these Wrath Ogres. Oh, what are these Plague Monks doing? Either get the gates, get the ladders to the walls, or come help out your brothers. Because these Wrath Ogres are so valuable right now. And they are killing a bunch of these cavalry. They are also going down. Yeah, these guys are sworn guards of Sigmar. So they are definitely going to be doing damage with their huge warhammers. They're looking like absolute beasts. I wonder who is going to come out on top. I assume the Wrath Ogres will not come out on top of this. They're exhausted. I believe they cannot rout. They're just absolute, those mindless creatures. How's the assault? Oh my god. The Plague Monks have made it up here, but the amount of missile fire coming off. Oh no, the Bright Wizards have actually been caught by the Albino Guard. This is super bad. The White Wolves are coming out to try and help them, but they're going to be running onto halberds. Wow. If they can get any of these Bright Wizards out of here, they need to, because they're going to be so important. This entire time, the Celestial Wizards are just unleashing hell onto the Skaven as they try their best to get up here. Look at the damage coming in on these guys. It's just brutal. And this Siege Tank as well. We did just take a bit of fire from the Warp Fire throwers, but still, the Celestial Wizards are just destroying so many of these guys. Oh, this is very nice, though. Getting these Warp Block rifles to shoot at the Steam Tank is really smart. Because these guys are going to be able to pierce the armor and hopefully take it down really quickly. But oh my god, look at the damage these mages are just causing. Oh wow, that is just deadly. Lots of more. There's just so many Skaven still left remaining. Yeah, what is going on this left flank? They need to reinforce these guys, or at least push ladders to the walls or something. I feel like they've almost forgotten about it and is just solely focusing over here. Yeah, the Bright Wizards are just all dead. That is really, really bad right there. Oh my god, there's still more men back here. Wow, the Skaven still have some... Oh, they're just routing units. Okay. Oh, no, they don't. They actually have a Screaming Bell right now. Hot damn, and a Battering Ram. They need to get this Battering Ram up to the front as soon as possible. So Skaven Assassins get up here as well. These guys are really, really fast and can do lots of damage if they get in the back. Are they holding... Okay. This is very desperate for the forces of the Empire right now. Because they're almost giving up this gate. Luckily, they have the burning oil coming down. I think realistically, the Skaven just need to get some ladders up here. Because if they can get some ladders up here, it might be great for them. Because at the moment, the Celestial Wizards are just slaughtering. The Skaven are just getting smashed by these magic spells. I don't know how much ammo the mages still have left remaining. As the Steam Tank is still causing a nuisance as well back here. But it is now surrounded by Wrath Ogres. So I imagine it is drawing its last breath very, very... well, it's going to draw its last breath very soon. However, the Wrath Ogres have managed to force these guys back. And I've actually managed to get inside the city. The wall has been taken. And now the Skaven are going to be able to push into the final layer, finally. With their Albino Guard. And they're going to be charging on. Oh my god, getting a beautiful charge off here. Getting right behind them onto the cavalry. That is really smart. Setting up this formation, and if the rest of these Wrath Ogres can join the fight, then holy crap, that's going to be great. And hopefully they can draw some more defense. The fight for the gate right here is going off as the warrior priests are actually being committed against these spear rats? Yeah, the spear rats, who again are exhausted. So that's, oh my god, look at them Celestial Wizards, man. They are just so deadly. Holy crap. They must have killed like at least 500 rats by now. Probably more, surely more. The rifles, I think, are trying to focus them down, but they just don't stand a chance to these powerful mages at all. Luckily, though, the actual mages are very, very low. You know, the Empire don't have a lot of men left at all. And if the Skaven can just break through, use their soldiers, which they're doing exactly that, just, you know, killing these guys, then maybe they can come out on top. They are going to be killing a lot of these dudes as well. The more men they push through here, the better. And then if they do exactly, if they can actually break their way through here, which I imagine they will be doing. At the moment, they're just really struggling to deal with this Steam Tank. But as soon as the steam tank goes down, they'll be able to push in everything else. They've got all the reinforcements right here coming up as well. Everything they have left remaining is being committed to this final assault. And the Empire don't have a bunch left. They still have this... Oh, here we go! The Cult of Ulrich have just finally decided to use their swordsmen they have back here to actually attack the Screaming Bell. Stop it from joining the fight. Because that thing does boost the morale of the forces. So it's very, very smart doing that. The assassins are super fast. Has the tank gone down now? And the tank is still remaining as well. Even with the Albino Guard right here, they're definitely struggling. I think the cavalry for the warriors of Sigma are doing great. Yeah, they're killing a lot of these Albino Guard. I think mainly because the Albino Guard just don't have their spears down. And the balance of power is very much shifting in the favor of the Empire now, considering how against it, how not in their favor it was. A few of the Albino Guard have made it down here, but not really enough of them to cause any problems at all. More of the Skaven just causing a real nuisance in the front lines. I don't know who's going to win this, because the nice thing about Medieval 2 is the balance of power doesn't really give away who's going to win until right towards the end. A lot can change to completely revamp a battle. I just think though these Celestial Wizards have been more than dangerous. They have killed so many soldiers. It is actually pretty disgusting. As well as that, the steam tank is still alive. Do they have a second steam tank? They do have a second steam tank. I don't think the Ratmen have enough to break this. Obviously they're going to fight to the end, but their assault on this far right flank has been completely killed now. So now they really just have to deal with all of this, and there's not a lot of soldiers left remaining here. I think the Empire might withstand this Ratman assault. We'll keep an eye, we'll stay with this part of the battle, as I believe this is really the only part of the battle still left remaining for the remainder of the battle. But I feel like the Empire have done enough. Their tactics of kind of holding an outer wall, using their missiles and then retreating has definitely paid off for them. We used to have a few missile shots coming off, but the Celestial Wizards have already done their damage, that's for sure. Yeah, we have, what do we have? Oh, the Plague Gale, the Warp Fire Throws. We're about to get hit by the steam tank's gonna hit them? Yeah, the steam tank's gonna go into them. Hopefully do some damage to them. The last remnants of the Ratmen are now being committed. Everything they finally have is being pushed to the fight, but it's just not going to be enough, is it? I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they're going to rout. As well as that, look at these Cult of Ulrich soldiers still going at it. They're actually doing okay as well. I guess mainly because these guys aren't looking. They're actually doing half decent. If I was the Empire right now, I'd be sending out a lot of my cavalry around this flank and trying just to break them, because if they can get around the flank and do damage to these guys, the better. I think maybe some of these guys have glitched out, possibly. But yeah, you can just see the elite guard now has been what are these guys called, the wolf priests have now been engaged, and yeah, the Ratmen just don't have enough at all. But I think this is going to be a victory for the forces of the Empire, which is nice to see that their tactics did pay off. It was some smart tactics they did. So, you know, why would you not use your fortress? Obviously, they've forsaken thousands, probably tens of thousands of people. Yeah, they have a Skaven general going down, and I think that's going to be, you know, towards all she wrote for them. I imagine, yeah, you can already see the infantry getting shaken. Yeah, lots of the infantry is already getting shaken. Yeah, pretty much all of these guys are wavering or shaken. Unfortunately, that is not... This game just didn't have enough, I don't think. I think they needed more artillery to break through these outer walls. But again, them Celestial Wizards and that steam tank shot as well really just transformed the battle. Oh, Lord, and we're still getting shots off. I'm not sure what shot that, but something did. And that was deadly. And that's actually going to break a large portion of the enemy forces. And I think if we just triple speed it, we know how it's going to end out right now. A few more Celestial Wizards. And a lot of the Skaven are just going to be routing. How about on this flank as well? We're going to see, yeah, these guys are going to be just pretty routing from the battlefield any second now. a few of the like remnants. They do still have some of these spear rats making their way up, but I imagine the spear rats. Oh, there's the steam tanks up here. Both the steam tanks are out here. The warrior priests are killing the other Skaven general. And there we have it. The battle is going to end right here as the Empire, after a bloody defense, have managed to win this day. I think they definitely maybe, yeah, their tactics were very smart. And I think the Ratmen just needed more creatures and maybe deal with, if they maybe dealt with them wizards early on, then I think they could have won the day. However, it just wasn't enough for them, as the Skaven players do decide to admit defeat and give up this battle. So there we go. What an epic battle. Don't really get to see too many of them siege battles. So we can see that the Skaven deployed 4,000 men, and the forces of the Empire only deployed, you know, just over 2,000. And they still have plenty of men left remaining. We can see the Empire players. Oh, where are his mages? Did he not bring any mages? Oh, he only brought Bright Wizards, and Bright Wizards only killed 9 soldiers. Wow. I want to see how many kills the Celestial Wizards got, if I'm honest. His Steam Tank, though, getting 300 kills, really being the MVP. And then finally, his Mortar as well, doing a pretty nice amount of damage. So there we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like and a comment if you did. And I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.